Hello and welcome. This is a brand new speed build for the new expansion pack, Adventure Awaits. So this is a glamping resort. The very first build I actually wanted to make was a bed and breakfast because that is one of the custom venues or the default custom venues that you can create. But after I made the build, which actually took me ages, when I started to furnish the place, I felt like the aesthetic of the build by items didn't match what I had in mind. So I wanted to create a build that actually suited the items that came in the pack. And so I decided to create a glamping resort. I have never been glamping. I've been camping once and it was the worst day of my life, but I've never been glamping. So I went on Pinterest and I think I'll make this a thing actually. I really want to start getting used to building builds from scratch and using Pinterest or reference images as inspiration. So I found this really cool image of like a hut, like a really small hut, and it's like an A-frame type of build. I'll pop up the picture. And I thought it was so beautiful. I really loved the shape of this build, so I wanted to create it. I thought it'd be quite easy to recreate in The Sims. I initially wanted to have 4 of these structures on the lot with an additional community space, but I think the lot I chose was just way too small for this idea. There wasn't that many empty lots in the world, and I wanted to build on an empty lot. I didn't want to bulldoze anything just yet because I might recreate or renovate those existing spaces. So I kind of changed my plan and built 2 of these structures. I can't remember the size. It's probably a 40 by 30. And then I put a community lot in the middle, and I thought that was quite cute. I did test this build. Actually, when I do the tour, you'll see lots of changes that I actually made, because after I tested this build of the custom features, I realized that there were certain things that didn't make sense or didn't work, and so I adjusted it after I did the build. So you'll see those changes and I'll explain those changes during the tour. But overall, this is the same kind of concept. So there are these 2 structures that would be occupied by maximum 2 people, which means that 4 guests in total would be at this lot. And then I set there to be 1 bartender and 1 staff member who would do like the cleaning and group cooking, so they could provide food in the community area. So I need to explain that doing this build ended up being so much harder than I expected because of this A-frame. So what I originally wanted to do, and actually did successfully do off camera, was make this A-frame build not be rectangular on the inside. I wanted the wall to actually be the outside of the roof, so there was more floor space, so it actually looked like or mimicked a tent, even though it's not actually a tent. And I got this idea from watching another similar build by the Simmer Griffey. I will pop a link of the video I'm talking about that I saw of hers in the description, because she successfully did what I was trying to do, and I managed to successfully do it as a test. So before I started recording, I did it as a test to see if I can actually do it, so I didn't waste time trying to figure it out on camera. And I did it, and then when I hit record and started the build again, I couldn't recreate it, and it took ages, and I just thought, fine, it's just going to be an interior rectangle, which is not bad anyway. So it wasn't too much of a fail, but it just, for some reason, I just couldn't recreate the interior space. But also, I kind of wanted these spaces to be quite small, cozy, humble, so it wasn't too much of a letdown. And I decided that because I wanted the roof piece to also be part glass, so it acted as a window as well as a roof piece, but I decided just to have the glass in the roof above the floor plan instead. So I thought that was a decent alternative. I might try again another time, especially I would love to do a build like this, not exactly like this, but I would love to do a larger camping or glamping resort on a bigger lot space. This one can fit a maximum of 4 guests, and I would love to do, and also this is adult only. I made it very specific to be adult only. So I think when I do something similar again, I'll put it on a bigger lot space, and I will make it family friendly as well. So there's space for kids, and there's play areas for kids, and so on. But this one is adult only. Another problem I had, and I didn't anticipate this before I tested the build, was that I did double beds because it's just natural for an adult to have a double bed. But then I thought, oh my God, these strangers, if you're rented this space by yourself, then you'll be sharing a double bed with a stranger. And they actually did, but it just felt kind of weird. Like if I came here by myself, I wouldn't want to share I wouldn't even want to share a room with a stranger, but a double bed is just a step too far. So you'll see in the build that I did put a double bed, but these beds that come with the pack, they have single bed versions. So I put the single bed versions instead. Again, you'll be sharing a room with a stranger. I mean, you can come with a partner or a friend, but you can't really control what other Sims attend. I mean, you can, it's complicated. The system is complicated. You can pick very specific guests to also attend a custom venue, but that's not realistic. If you're going to a hotel, you don't get to then choose who else is visiting that hotel. So I'm gonna have to play around a little bit more with the system and create multiple rooms and have options for bigger families or single individuals who are traveling. This is kind of like my first kind of trying to test out how this pack works, how the gameplay features apply, and also still practicing building from scratch, which is still kind of brand new to me because I am primarily a CAS player, not a builder, but I do love building, so this is actually quite fun. So let me speak more about the build. So you can see it looks like a cute little cabin. I wanted the main structure of the build to seem as though it's made from like panels, wood panels, and look like a cabin. And then where you can see the bedroom, it looks like a canvas extension. And so this the pack comes with like really beautiful wall panel materials, and so they have like a canvas wallpaper, and you can also add doors and windows that look like the glass is made of plastic, or the panel of the windows and doors look like plastic, so it fits in with the material of the canvas. And so I wanted to do kind of like a juxtaposition of this hard wooden structure with a light fabric canvas extension. Here I am just bringing out all of the items from the pack. So I forgot to mention that with this build, it is only primarily, I would say maybe 1% is not, but primarily the only items I used were this pack, Adventure Awaits, and base game. So if you only have base game and this pack, then you can still download it and it will work. As always, I don't build with CC, so there's no CC. So if there are other items that aren't part of those packs, it will still be a Sim 4 pack. But I think the only thing that I added that wasn't either base game or Adventure Awaits is I think I added the hot pot from For Rent, and that's in the community lot, because as you probably noticed, I didn't put kitchens in these structures because I thought like having a kitchen, you don't really have a kitchen in a hotel, and you certainly don't have a kitchen in a camping resort. I wanted there to be kind of like a kitchenette. So you have a fridge and you have a microwave, but you don't have like a stove or an oven. So, but you can make full meals from a hot pot. So there's a staff member that I set to be on this resort, and they cook and clean. And so in the community section where I want to encourage the guests to have group meals, to have group drinks. It's kind of like, it's a getaway resort, but also where you can spend time with other people and not stay isolated in your room. So each room does have a small kitchenette. Obviously, if you're hanging out in your own room, you still want to be able to pop to the fridge or have a quick meal. But if you want to have a proper meal, dinner, a proper drink, then you go into the shared community space. So I kind of wanted to create a friendly space that encourages that. I absolutely adore these random kind of patterns, furniture. I am, as you probably know, I'm a sucker for consistency. I love clashing patterns as well, but I love that these different furniture pieces have the same swatch across different items. It is a really big pet peeve of mine when you have different bits of furniture and they don't have matching swatches. So, but with this pack, overall, there's these swatches that go across, you know, the bar stools, an ottoman, the sofa, the armchairs. They all just look so pretty. And then there's curtains that match the bedspread. So things like that I'm really a massive fan of. I'm calling this room like the red room. So this is like the red cabin. So a lot of the fabrics are in red. And then the cabin on the opposite side is pretty much the exact same layout. I just duplicated it. I don't think I show me designing the other side. It's already designed. I just duplicated it and then changed the color of the swatches. And I believe the color of the swatches in the other room is green. So again, you'll see in the tour, I'll do a tour of both, but I just thought it would be boring to watch me do a speed build of both cabins when they're pretty much identical. Another thing that I thought was quite cool with this pack are the curtains. So again, with the canvas part of the structure, you have like these canvas curtains, and I thought that was really cute. I just think this pack overall is really thought out. Apart from, so there's no new kitchen, which is okay. It comes with a fridge, like a mini fridge, but there's no kitchen cabinets. But these base game cabinets work really well. They're actually one of my favorite counters and cabinets, so I don't mind. But even worse than that is there are bathroom items that don't match, and that makes absolutely no sense to me. Like, the shower is quite rustic, and then the sink is very modern, and I'm not sure why they did that. That makes zero sense to me. I'm not sure why they would split the aesthetic style across one bathroom set. That was a bit random. So I used the shower. There's no bath. Oh, and also there's a bathtub, and the bathtub looks like it's made of metal. So there's 3 different aesthetic styles across one bathroom set. And usually the Sims are quite good at having a consistent kitchen set, a consistent bathroom set, a consistent bedroom set, and so on. But it's just like they were like, let's just be random this time, and they were. So not sure why, but I just used the shower from this pack, and then I used probably a base game toilet, and then used the same counter for the sink that's in the kitchen. So that's what I did. So here I'm trying to create the community space. So there's an outdoor and indoor community space on this lot. this pack also comes with a inbuilt or in-floor jacuzzi. When I tested this lot with a sim, for some reason this inbuilt jacuzzi didn't work. The only option available was to skinny dip, and you couldn't just step in. It was either change color of the lights or skinny dip. So I'm not sure if that's a bug or if I'm meant to do something else to make it work, but none of the guests used it. I did choose to skinny dip with my sim because I thought maybe you have to skinny dip first and then the other options will pop up. So I skinny dipped, and then all the other guests were like really shocked. So I thought, oh, I wasn't meant to do that because all the other guests reacted to me doing that. So I have no idea why it didn't work, but I thought it was just a really cute addition to have on the outside. Like, again, this is a space for adults, so you can drink, you can have you can sit by the campfire, you can be in the jacuzzi, but yeah, the jacuzzi didn't work, and so that was really disappointing. So here I am making the community space, the indoor community space, and I wanted this space to be kind of 3 separate spaces in one. So we have a bar area, we have a dining area, and then we have a chill area. So it's actually quite a small space to have these 3 components. I think I actually made it just a tiny bit bigger. Even outside of this speed build, I made it bigger still because I realized that the staff member who I set to cook for guests, she actually did need a proper kitchen. It works so much better with a proper kitchen. So I actually put in, I don't know if I put in a cooker, I will see when I do the tour, but I did more counter space, because even if you are going to use the hot pot, you still need counter space to make meals. So I made the kitchen area a little bit bigger, and I think that works so much better. Here I'm back in the cabin because I'm trying to work with the layout of this cabin, and there's like this spare room beside the bedroom that I didn't know what to do with, because you don't really need more than a bedroom, bathroom and kitchen area. So I was like, oh, what's this 4th space going to be? But the pack comes with these exercise bikes, and so I thought, oh, you can come here to do a little bit of exercise, and you can exercise in the comfort of your own room instead of doing it in front of others. That's my preference anyway. So I just kind of made that space like an individual exercise room. They have also these individual weight lifts, but that was so big and I couldn't fit it in. But like I said, I'll probably do a very similar build again and make it much larger, have more items available, and maybe include just a few more extra packs as well. But in terms of just creating a build of just this pack, I really like it. It's not like exactly my aesthetic because I've never stayed in a cabin. It's actually my dream to stay in a cabin in the woods, but I've never done it, so I don't have too much of like a personal experience in being in a place like this, and I didn't look at too many photos, and I didn't want to watch other simmers create similar builds because I didn't want to be too influenced and create something that didn't come from my own imagination. But in terms of what I managed to create with this pack and base game, I really like it. I'm quite proud of it. There's so many things that I would change and did change, but I think it was quite lovely. I nearly forgot that each cabin also had an upper deck. So I was like, oh my God, what do I put on the upper deck that isn't already included? And so the furniture comes with a desk. So I put a desk on the upper deck with a little kind of eating area if you want to just have an eating space, like outside, enjoy the view and the atmosphere. And if you want to work, like let's say you've arrived with your laptop, then you could enjoy the outdoors and work at the desk as well. So that was kind of my concept there. I think anything that didn't work that came with this build, I found an alternative from the base game. So I'm trying to decorate this space, and this pack comes with this lovely portable counter unit, and that's quite unique, because there's certain items like appliances that just will only fit on a counter, like a microwave or a kettle. This comes with a smoothie maker as well, but now there's this portable counter that also fits appliances, mini appliances, because sometimes I want to put an item somewhere else, and the fact that you can only put it in the kitchen is a little bit annoying. So if this the space has a kettle, then the kettle, I have to build a kitchen in order to have a kettle in a community space, which is quite inconvenient. So now that there's this portable counter that can fit a kettle, just works so much more. So I thought that was like actually a really small little clever detail that has been added. It's a shame that you have to like buy a pack in order to have that convenience. But you know, eventually all packs go down in sale. So if you do want to purchase, why am I advertising? I'm not advertising. Here is one of my favorite things again, which is putting a rug on a carpet. I just think it just looks so warm, so cozy. I choose also a green and red rug, which I liked because then I can have it in both spaces, because this is the red room and the other cabinet is a green room. Another thing that I wanted to kind of choose carefully was picking lights that look like they can fit on a canvas wall. I didn't want it to look like, when you choose a sconce, you just assume that all sconces are wired in, right? I wanted these sconces on the canvas to look like they probably could be attached with Velcro or something, and that the bulbs inside are just like battery operated. So I was trying to think of small details like that. Like, so these lights on the wall are just detachable lights with battery bulbs, and because I needed more lighting, but I wanted the lighting to be warm as well, to match the space. Here I'm trying to use this tool mod again for the tilted pillow, and I'm failing miserably. I just don't know how to use it properly, and I've just given up. And I don't think I even put a cushion in the other cabinet. The other cabinet? It's not a cabinet, a cabin. The other cabin doesn't have a cushion because I just thought, oh, tilting a cushion just is so much time and effort. And again, I think I built this over a few days. I'm trying to fit in these videos during my spare time when I can, and just thought I'm not spending 20 minutes on one cushion. I've got so much more to do. So I will get better with the tool mod eventually, but this was not the time to do. So here I'm trying to clutter and just make the spaces a little bit more personable, add all the necessary features like bins, and just do my skew whiffing as usual. Some obviously lighting when it gets dark. I got these outdoor big flame lights. Oh my god, I've forgotten what they're called, as part of the pack, because I got the pack not early, but I got it within the time I didn't pre-order, but I got the pack. No, actually, I did pre-order. That's a lie. I did pre-order because I was so excited. It was actually a gift, so thank you to the person who knows who they are. But yeah, I got these extra items. One of them was this outdoor flame light, socks in cast, and I can't remember what the third item is actually. I think it's like a kettle or a toaster or something. I can't remember. But I didn't realize that these flame lights, you have to like physically turn them on. They're not auto lights like a normal outdoor light. So I was trying to use these flame lights. That's not what it's called, by the way. I just forgotten the real name of it. But to see how the lighting works in the space, and I couldn't. You can only see the lighting in live mode. So maybe I'll try and turn them on during the tour. But yeah, I am just doing extra decorating, extra cluttering, putting some music, fire alarms, water system, sprinkler system, just to make it look super cozy. I would actually love to stay here. I think if you are a group of friends, like maybe you and 3 friends or 2 couples, this would be like a really lovely place to stay for a few days. I was really nervous actually about landscaping. I mean, if anything needs landscaping, right, it's an outdoor retreat space. And I think I just shoved that in at the end, but I just put a bunch of trees everywhere. This is the moment when I was like, oh God, I can't make it look so sparse. So what I did is, I think I went into debug and just brought out a bunch of trees that already existed in the environment. So it looked like it seamlessly fits into the space. And then I just dotted them around. So I didn't actually try too hard with the landscaping on this lot. I just find landscaping is just not for me. I need to just keep on practicing and hopefully get better. But I just assumed that whoever built this lot just maybe cleared a few trees, but didn't actually want to do anything too drastic or change the environment too much. So that's what I'm going with. That is why the landscaping is so sparse. But you know, I tried, and trying is what matters. But overall, I really love this build. I'm really proud of it. And I think this is a great first step into me getting accustomed to building more community or shared spaces like this. So yeah, I would definitely love to build something very similar very soon. But this is the video coming to an end, so I will give you a tour in real time. So this is the final build, and I built on the lot Prospector's Paradise. I will give you a quick tour and show you some of the changes that I made as well. So your sim will walk up to the lot, up these stairs, and see their community spaces as well as the cabins on the left and the right. In the middle here is the outdoor shared space, and I put these fireflies around the campfire because I thought it would look really pretty at nighttime, and individual sims could also cook their own meals if they choose to outside. So on the left side is the red cabin, so I will show you inside. So you'll come through the main door here, and it's quite cozy. And I think it's just really cute. Oh my gosh, as I was testing it, clearly someone made a bit of a mess here. You have everything that you need. I have some things that will greet guests, like you have some bread, you have some fruit here, and I think there's also, yeah, this cute little item here as well where you can make teas and, you know, those little things that you see when you enter a hotel room for the first time. I think I changed this space a little bit because the Sims couldn't actually navigate this area. So I removed the coffee table and just put a smaller table here. because I really wanted them to have a fireplace and be able to access the fireplace. So I made that the main feature. I think a fireplace in a cabin in the woods is just ideal. Here you can see that I replaced the double bed with 2 single beds. Again, it is a bit weird if you are sleeping next to a complete stranger. In real life, you wouldn't share a room with a stranger. You would share it with either a friend or a partner or a parent or, you know, someone you actually know. But when I was playtesting it, I was seeing these strangers share a bed and I thought, oh, that's not very comfortable or ideal. So I changed that. But you know, if you download it for yourself, you can always replace it. You can change anything you want. So you can replace it with bunk beds, a double bed, 1 single bed. You can have whatever you want. This is the same cabin on the other side, and you can see that this is the green version. So exactly the same layout, exactly the same setup, but with the green fabric swatch, which I thought was also really cute, and also made other changes, like the trunk on this side is green, the flowers are slightly different, the bedspread is green, and the bedspread matches these curtains as well. So yeah, you can either stay on the red side or the green side, but overall the cabin is completely the same. And then, as I mentioned during the video, you have some outdoor space as well, and then you can switch this on. I thought it was nicer to have this next to the desk, so if you are working upstairs outside, then you will still be warm and cozy. And if you choose to sit here as well, there's a lovely view into the cabin, especially if you're sharing it with other people. It would be nice to still have that connection with them. There's not too much of a separation if you're outside, and it should look really beautiful at night as well. Oh, also I've added this section outside because this world is an outdoor adventure space. So this space also provides extra materials if you need camping equipment, if you need spare oars, the archery, if you want to go to the archery section. All of that is provided for you. You can't do it on this lot, but you can store items here or have extras here available to you if you don't have your own equipment. So this space is the community space, and this is the space that actually made the biggest changes, because again, when I was testing it out, there were certain things that just made it a little bit less convenient than I needed it to be. So as you can see, there is a mini kitchen, and I did include a stove, so I got rid of the hot pot and actually put a stove. And this is for the staff member who comes in at a certain point of the day and makes breakfast and dinner for the guests here. So the guests are catered to. They don't have to cook their own meals. They can have snacks in their own room or small items in their own rooms, but this is a catered resort. So a staff member will come in and make a meal, and then you can share the meal with the rest of the guests in this shared space, alongside a bar which will be tended to by a bartender. I think I said it from midday to midnight, so you have 12 hours of drinking if you want to. Obviously don't overindulge, but that is available too. So that is all in the same space, a group hangout area with its own fireplace as well, so you could still spend time with your friends, your partner, and still be cozy without having to be isolated in your own room. So this is the lot overall, and you can see in different times of the day. I think it just looks really pretty lit up at night, but overall I think this is a lovely build, and I'm looking forward to creating more like this. So that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the build. Let me know your thoughts, comments or suggestions in the box below. If you like this video and would like to see more, please do like and do consider subscribing. I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay safe, take it easy, and I will see you for the next one. Bye guys. I don't think I should wear a black top. I'm gonna change. Oh my god, Dorian is licking his balls in the background. I messed up. I hope that's not in shot, babe. Oh my god, one take? Oh my god! Outro time.